the number one dude, take, for example, the number one conservative, Stephen Miller, the self-proclaimed guardian of conservative family values. He in a personal scandal right now. His wife, Katie Miller, she has left the White House. She left her position for what? Guess what she left for, folks? Guess why she left? I'm going to tell you why she left. She wanted to go hang out with Elon Musk. I wonder why. Is it money? Or is she doing some other kind of favors for that man? And that's what we're talking about now, Dr. Ford, how Stephen Miller's wife and Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's really a concern because I think the image Miller tried to project is one of conservatism and more values and those kinds of things. And you see he's involved in the process. But I also found out that he was born in California and his family is a Jewish family. And they disagree with his viewpoint. And so, but he is the golden boy of the Republican Party. So he's moved from one level to another level. And he graduated from Duke University several years ago. But he's always been involved in conservative issues. And so, yeah, he's also running a program to bring in South Africans to the United States. And at the same time, to expel now non-white people, immigrants. So he's a very person who does not have any values beyond his self-aggrandizement, promoting himself. And he's been doing really well at it. I mean, he's been doing very well at it. But I think we need to keep a look at him and all those Republicans who claim to be fighting for family values.
Yeah, that's all they do. They don't really fight for the values. They just try to promote it for I like to call it the front of the pool hall. Okay, that's what conservative is. Okay, it's the pool hall in the front. And all kind of raggedy, crazy shit going behind the scenes. Okay, folks, because if these people was really about that life, how you getting caught up in scandal after scandal? At least on the left, people not trying to preach like they holier than thou. So when they get caught up in scandals, okay, but you guys on the right, y'all try to act like y'all holier than thou, and y'all still have the same amount of scandals as everybody on the left. You're hypocrites. Okay? Your whole philosophy is about being a hypocrite. You don't have family values, because if you have family values, Donald Trump just brought in South Africans, folks. Now, go look up this right now. One of the South Africans that he brought in, there's not going to be a lot of people talking about this in the media because, one, he's white, and they don't never like to talk about white domestic violence. They don't like to get into it unless it's Ike and Turner, Tina Turner. They'll talk about it when it's us, but they sweep it under the rug when it's them. And now you got one of Donald Trump's boys from South Africa. Did y'all hear about that story? He killed his wife, murdered his wife. It's just ridiculous, folks. You understand what I'm saying, Dr. Ford?
Absolutely. And it said that she lived in Virginia and it was domestic violence and the police went to investigate and he had beat the heck out of her. And he admitted to the police that he killed her. And so we have that in the record. But as I said again, that was police investigated. They arrested him. They would not let him get back to obtain bail. And so he's current. I assume they currently still under arrest. But that was the problem in there. He beat the lady and he beat her to death and he killed her. And he admitted upon being confronted by the police, he admitted that he killed her. He beat her to death. So we see that going on all the time. And we see people being prosecuted all the time. I see this guy, Puppy Cone. He's been prosecuted for trafficking and beating a woman. We saw on TV when he beat the woman. But you also had Trump appointed Matt Gaetz, and he also had the same record of trafficking and having sex with underage girls. He's not being prosecuted, not at all. So we had targeted prosecution of certain people.
And I wonder if they're going to probably have to, they always talking about crime of the black and brown and shipping them back after they commit crimes and stuff. I wonder if they're going to ship him back. Or is he got to stand trial here. This should be a big famous trial. Okay? Just like remember that one dude from South Africa that used to run? He didn't have no legs. Remember, he killed his girl. What's going on with them white people in South Africa? Y'all talking about y'all running from persecution. Y'all persecuting all y'all women. Oh, you don't like it when we talk stereotypes about y'all, huh? You don't like that, huh? This man killed his wife, man. And like the good doctor said, he admitted to doing it. You know what that means? She was probably out here trying to She was becoming Americanized. When a lot of immigrants bring their women over here, they don't like it when they become Americanized. They want them to keep them in the kitchen. So she probably was out here trying to hit the club, trying to go have some fun. But yeah, man, I think his name is, I can't pronounce his name, but it's Chris. Her name was Kim Town. Okay.
Yeah, and his name was Alexander Towns. Towns. Towен. Towns. That was his name, Alexander. Alex Towns. And hers is what was it? Her last name was White. Kim White. That's her name. Kim White. That was the woman. I
Okay.
wonder why they had different names, but I guess it happens a lot of times.
Oh, well, I seen it where it said her name was Kim Towns, but that might be true. But ain't that crazy? The man gonna come over here and kill his wife? What kind of mess is that? What do you think Donald Trump is gonna say about that, Dr. Ford?
I think he's probably going to grant the guy a pardon. Grant the guy a pardon, kill his wife, grant him a pardon. Remember those men in January the 6th, 2021, that was men who killed police officers. He granted pardons. He's supposed to be a law and order man. But he granted those
Okay,
guys.
and what's going on with you conservatives, folks? Elon Musk, he's supposed to be at the White House working on making America better. He already lied about how much money Doge is going to get back for us. He lied about that. He made ridiculous, outlandish forecasts. He didn't live up to it. So he's a failure. He's a welfare recipient getting all our money. And now he's messing up the government by taking people's wives. He stole this man's wife. And now the other South African, because he's a South African, so the other South African right now killed his wife. Is this what y'all want? Okay. And what's the name? The dude that runs Planeteer, he was born in Germany. Folks, all these white immigrants coming over here, and we already know what the Ukrainian mafia, the Russian mafia, we already know all the crime. Man, there should be some other immigrants being shipped off besides the black and brown folks. That's all I'm saying, Dr. Ford. I think the CIA is monitoring us.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Hey, they messed up our headphones, boy. Y'all already working, Planeteer? Planeteer, you already working?
Oh,
Because I'm getting
really?
static
Really?
in my headphones. What's going on?
Really?
What's going on, Planeteer? Let that go.
Really?
Yeah, anyway, folks, these conservative people, they're not as holier than thou. They're not special. They don't care about America. They don't love America. Anybody can wave an American flag and act like they love America. These people do not love America. Okay? All this stuff about America great. They like the wide receiver in football who America has a long way to go. But a lot of people always want to celebrate and say America's such a great country. America is. They like that wide receiver in football who catch a first down pass. He's losing 40-0, but he still want to celebrate. That's who these conservatives, you want to tap dance, catching a pass in the fourth quarter where you losing by 20 points and you still want to dance and celebrate. That's who all these Americans, all these conservatives are. This country has been going off the rail ever since Ronald Reagan, folks. Ronald Reagan was the first president to destroy American lives. He allowed businesses to go overseas. He allowed businesses to get tax breaks. He was all about the rich. And here's what I want to say, folks. You know how we feel about rich people. They do not care about anyone. You think Elon Musk care about you? You think this Steele guy care about you? They do not care about you. Okay, they don't. You need to understand that. These people are evil. And I'm not saying all rich people are evil, but all evil, somebody rich is behind it. You got any last word for that, Dr. Deshay?
Yeah, and I think that is true. And we can't beat up on Trump. Trump is he's a symptom of a disease, and the disease was there before he got there. So let's say the racism. They said racism always existed before Trump. He just took advantage of it. Adolf Hitler came to power in 1936, and he used anti-Semitism, racist against Jews. But it was already there. And so the election of 2024, white people went out and voted because they voted of racist bigotry. Trump's going to turn the thing around, make white people great, and keep keep whiteness and white supremacy on top. And they believe that. And Trump turned around and turned on them and started firing all those white people. Now white people are angry.
They should be angry, folks. These people you should be angry because your country is, like I said, ever since Ronald Reagan has been going down the hill. Okay? They put drugs in black communities. Ronald Reagan did that. He said racist stuff about Africans. Remember he said those Africans was monkeys? Ronald Reagan did that. See, your country is only as strong as the weak link. If the people that's in poverty, if you notice your country really start going downhill once you start seeing all those homeless people, like especially in California. You drive around California, man, there's so many tents and stuff. That's from Ronald Reagan. You guys want to say it's the left, it's the governor of California? No. Those is Ronald Reagan policies. He's the one who shut down all the psychiatric hospitals. Ronald Reagan policies did that, folks. He does not care. All right, folks, until next week, y'all take care. Peace.
Adios.